I told you, didn't I, about the what my friend Terry said. Murray said of the that ingesting the blood is to despise life, because the life's in the blood. It's in a sense the epitome of rejecting, of not valuing what God has given. God is life. It's love. It's truth. He is life eternal. He breathes life into. We are alive because of him, and without life, true life, well, we don't exist. Not in this dimension or any other. To despise life is the epitome of self-destruction. And a great contempt for the goodness of God and who he is. And hatred's the same, of course. Harming others is the same. So, we do not, as my friend Murray said, ingest the blood of any creature. Christian story has us take communion. This is my body broken for you. Take, eat in remembrance of me. It's me, my very self, that feeds you with life. Do you see, God breathed into them, they became living souls. He put his breath in them. He put his life into them. The very fact you're alive means you're of God. Do you realize that? To be alive is to be of God. I don't purposely harm or kill any living thing. I may despair at times and need to kill, but it's not my will. It's my dilemma. Dilemma I have because of uncertainty, lack of faith perhaps, or whatever. But it's not my desire to kill or to harm. For if I am willing to harm, to take life, how can I trust God to care for me and not take my life if it's convenient? Do you see? It's back to that same thing, isn't it? David cannot kill his king, even though his king is, trouble from Israel's point of view. David will make a much better king. But it's God who has to commission him for that. not himself. He's loyal to his king. Now, he's not born of Saul. Well, Jonathan is. If anything, he's the heir apparent, isn't he? But not David. He's just a friend, closest friend of the king's son. They're mates. They're totally committed to watching each other's back. Cute story, isn't it? Do you see how David's a man after God's own heart? Loyalty. Above all, we trust God's loyalty. That our Father will be utterly true to us. He's our Heavenly Father, utterly loyal. Always means always, always with God. Our God. It is this security we trust above all else. He is our security against all that we fear or might fear, but for him. It is the integrity of God in this regard that is our rock, our foundation. He's the epitome of all that we value in life, our God. The reason for our prosperity, the reason that we live. He is that personification in whom we put our trust. We would be mad, it would be madness to do otherwise. Just irrational. It's life itself. So we do not ingest blood because that is to treat with contempt life. We do take communion because he chooses to give himself. It's a gift of life to us. He does something that costs him. He chooses to find joy in us and then has to suffer when we do not find joy in him. And he does suffer. He's a person. Persons hate being rejected. Persons are so upset when they're not appreciated, not valued. They do so want the love of those whom they choose to love and find joy in. And because he's chosen to love and find joy in us, the work of his hands, we are so blessed. We have been given life itself. We do not treat it with contempt. We do not treat him with contempt. On the contrary, in all wisdom it is best to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind and strength. And likewise, to love your neighbour as yourself, because your neighbour personifies the one that rescues you. From annihilation, from loss of life. We do not treat loss of life lightly or with contempt. Okay. I mean, from the point of view we understand. I have the opportunity to understand anyway. Thank you, Heavenly Father.